Our most asked questions about starting strong as a birth or baby business owner. Hi, my name's Liz Stanford and I'm one half of Baba Business, the Birth and Baby Business Academy.
And my name is Anna LaGrange. I'm the other half of Baba Business, the community membership for birth and baby business owners. So we have a question. So this is all about our brave beginners, as we would call them.
Yeah.
Our people who've just finished their training and they're starting out and they really want to make this work. They want to make a go of it, which is great because not everybody finishes their training feeling like that. So just the fact that you want to start strong in your business and you're motivated to do so is a great start. So our first question is, what should I focus on first? Clients, branding, or systems? Now, we may or may not agree on this. I think we agree. I hope we agree. So that's a very easy answer for me. The first thing you focus on is clients.
Yes, exactly. Of course, completely
Phew.
aligned on this. 100%.
And that is because it feels like, and most people think that their branding is the first thing they need to focus on. But actually, what we know through working with hundreds and hundreds of businesses as they're starting out is you want to get that first paying client through the door. You've got to get that because that is what's going to really give you that boost. It's going to give you that experience you need to be able to try and test things out. You're going to get that feedback. On most courses, certainly on our courses, you already done some case studies, but for most people, they don't charge for those. So that's a really great stepping stone. The next stepping stone is to go out there and get your first paying client. You don't actually need any branding or systems in place to start selling to clients, but you do need clients to make a business.
100%. It's the amount of people that we see going, I'm just going to get my logo, I'm just going to get my branding sorted, I'm just going to, set up this amazing all dancing booking system when they've got no clients. Is just start simple, very, very simple. Get that first paying client. And then it will, like Anna said, drive you on, motivate you onto the next level of your business. So that was super easy to answer.
It was.
The next question is, how do I start promoting myself when I feel like nobody knows me yet? So this is definitely tied in to the other question where we say, what should we focus on first? Clients, right? So how are you going to get that first client when nobody knows who you are? You shorten the process by making sure that everybody who does know who you are knows what you're doing. So people are going to book with you much more easily if they know, like, and trust you, or if they know someone who knows, likes, or trusts you. Anna and I did some training years ago now with like a sales coach, and he used to call his phone, what did he used to call it? A computer something or other in your hand.
Handheld computer or something.
Yeah. It used to make it sound like really, really old fashioned, but it's your phone. And he would always say, like, look at all the contacts in your phone, look at all of the people that you know. All of those people will know other people. So start with people that you know. You can go through your WhatsApp groups, you can talk to friends and family, you can tell all your Facebook friends on your personal Facebook, which often people are so terrified of doing. But unless you get out there and start talking and shouting about what you're doing, you're never going to get those clients. So start with people that you know. That's the most place to go.
100%. So I think sometimes people, they do this training because it's something they're passionate about, but it's not something they've necessarily shared with others. And sometimes people feel a bit awkward about it because, for so many different reasons, we have to be a special kind of person to want to come and work in the birth and baby world. And that isn't everybody's desire or experience. But the thing is that you need to share what you do because it's important that you're proud of your business. It's important that you practice talking about it and sharing with others, and it needs to become a habit that you talk about it. You need to be obsessed about your business, otherwise it's probably not going to grow. So you need to get to that level of obsession, and we know you're insanely passionate about what you do, so share that passion out, and that's how you do it. So you just talk obsessively about it wherever you go, whether it's at the the in the playground, whether it's perhaps you've got another job and you tell people that, you know, this is what you're doing. That's certainly something that I did when I first started in the breastfeeding world. Personal Facebook group, all the personal Facebook page, all the things that you have said. And then as far as promoting yourself, another thing which we did a social media post on this a couple of weeks ago is about sometimes on Instagram you've only got professionals following you, because that's often the people you're following when you're doing your training and things. You sort of like, you've got people that inspire you, and even before you start your training you're following a lot of those birth and baby accounts. So then it can feel like when you're sort of like the tables are turning and you're now offering the services, you can feel like, oh well, the people who follow me back are mostly professionals. So it's fine, just start talking online and offline about the kind of things you help with, as in how your clients will be feeling. So really, this is where your sort of ideal client work comes in. It can be quite difficult in the beginning because you're new, and we're still talking about, you know, you finding your first paying client, but really try and tune in to who it is you want to help and what they need help with, because that's where you're going to bridge that gap. So they're at place A. So let's use hypnobirthing as an example. They're nervous about birth, for example. And the point B is they want to feel confident about birth before their baby comes. So you have got a service that bridges that gap. So what people traditionally do is they'll go in and they'll share what they do, which is the bridge. But actually, before that, you need to let people know that you understand point A and you understand point B, and your service is a solution. So just start talking about that stuff. Just start talking about, you know, empathizing with the sort of stuff your ideal client is. Perhaps that was you once upon a time. Perhaps you were nervous about business. Perhaps you were nervous about birth before, you know, and that's what brought you into this world. So just start sharing, empathizing, whether it's on social media, whether it's, you know, writing a blog, or whether it's just in conversations in real life. And that is going to help attracting, you know, not just professionals to you, but also those ideal clients.
Definitely. And be prepared as well. So be prepared. Don't let this put you off posting or talking to people, but be prepared at some point that, you know, you've always got your contact details on you that you can easily hand over to somebody else, so that you sort of keep that conversation going that you might have had in the playground or at the swings, or you know, online. It's, you know, kind of easier to to track people and stay in touch, if you like. But yeah, beautifully explained, Anna.
It's all right. I'm going to read the next question. So, what is the simplest first step to get my business off the ground? I mean, I think we've sort of talked about the first step, because in our mind it is getting that first paying client. But what else could we, perhaps we can just suggest one other thing each. And the thing I'd like to suggest is thinking about your mindset, and thinking about, you know, how you feel about business, and just start like that sort of, if you don't already have a habit, like a ritual self-awareness work, where you're either journaling or you're writing affirmations, or you're trying to look at what's getting in my way as far as emotions or beliefs is concerned, then this is a good time to start. It was definitely when I started it in my life, was when I started a business, because business really puts a mirror up to you and what you're feeling and thinking, and reflects it back at you. So, you know, if you can do it, these tools, when you're first starting, it makes a big difference. I know it's something that we both did at the beginning of our businesses a lot, and it really helped us to grow quite fast. So I would say, you know, start having those little rituals that you can use in business for when you do have any stumbling blocks or doubts come up.
Yeah, definitely. Great tip. And for me, it would be start getting used to setting yourself some simple goals. Like, it doesn't have to be all singing or dancing right at the beginning. Just simple goals about, for one could be getting that first client, and then understanding the steps that you need to take in order to get that first client. And then you might look at setting some goals around, you know, how many people, around how many local businesses you're going to connect with, so that you can start building those relationships. And, you know, perhaps another one, you know, might be around like your social media, and growing the numbers on your social media. So just get like really super simple, really focus. And if you combine those three things we've talked about, like really focusing on getting your client, focusing on your mindset, and setting yourself some simple goals that will help you to stay accountable and track what you're doing, then you are off to a very strong start as a birth or baby business owner.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the kind of sort of stuff we love to help people with in the membership. So when you join the membership, you kind of do a bit of a quiz to start with to see whereabouts you are. And obviously, if you just started, you're going to recognize yourself as a brave beginner. And then we've got like a pathway to these things, and kind of we take next steps. And we've also got some how-to videos with our serious content. And then we also have monthly coaching and monthly themed calls as well, so that we're kind of giving you that. We're holding your hand a little bit in those first stages of business and beyond. So do take a look at the membership, and we'll put a link to it below, because we would absolutely love to have you in there. We love having beginners in there. So go and check it out.
Yay! Okay, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, review. Let us know if you're enjoying the podcast so we can keep doing them for you. Sorry, I just rhymed again. Did it last week. Thanks.
Bye.